May was an hectic month, to say the least. As you might have seen from the thumbnail of this video, yes, I've crashed my car, and not only, so many things happened for probably one of the worst months of my life for some aspects, but also one of the best months of my life for other aspects. We have so much to talk about, so make sure to watch the full video for surely one of the most interesting financial update that there is gonna be that there is ever gonna be on this channel. So let's not waste any more time, and because we have again so much to talk about, and let's start from, as usual, the earnings for this month. For this month, not even my earnings were normal. I have to annoy you already because I have to explain to you a few things. In Italy, there are different types of contracts. I mean, there are many, but the main difference is on how long they last. What happens is that usually when you get hired by a company, they make you a contract for like 6 months or 1 year. And then if you behave well, if they are happy with you, they usually renew it a few times. They make like 2-3 years, each time renewing by 1 year. And after that, if they're happy, if they want you to be in their company, there is this type of contract that it's basically a lifetime contract. So I'm telling you this because at the end of March, I didn't ask for it, but my boss was very happy. I've been working for this company for 1.5 years at this point. And yeah, my boss was very happy about me, and he just told me that he wanted me to stay in the project, stay in the company, so they just switched my contract and they made it so it's for lifetime. Another thing that I gotta explain to you is how companies tend to pay their employees. And in Italy, you can get rather 12, 13 or 14 paychecks, depending on the company. If you get 12 paychecks, of course, it's one per month. If you get 13, you get a bonus paycheck, usually in December. If you get 14, you get 2 bonus paychecks, one in December and the other one in July. Of course, it's not that they pay you more, the gross is equal, they just tend to pay you less as your normal paychecks, but they give you 2 more throughout the year. They usually do this because people are not that well with their money, so December and July are the 2 periods where people tend to spend the most, because one is for Christmas and the other one is summer, so people usually tend to go on vacation. And another thing that I have to tell you is that companies, basically every company, every year set aside one paycheck for you, and this is called TFR. It's basically some sort of pension plan. And this matures interest, it's inflation related, and they set you aside, as I said, one paycheck per year. And the way that you can get access to this fund is if you leave the company, or if you get a medical bill, or other cases can be if you get a mortgage, if you buy a house, or if you extinguish a mortgage. So why did I tell you all this? Because, as I said, they changed my type of contract. And even though I asked them to not do this, so I'm not particularly happy about it, they paid me all these things. So they paid me for this fund, and for the bonus, because of course if you change job and like you matured that 13th paycheck, they're gonna give it to you in the moment you leave the job. And so basically this month I got almost 2 paychecks. So my normal paycheck was 1,350 euros, while all these other things, which include the 13 paycheck that I matured till then, and my basically pension plan that I had, it's 1,328 euros. And this leaves me with 2,678 euros of earnings for the month of May. Some considerations about this. I'm not happy because I asked them to not do this, because there was the option to keep maturing these things. And yeah, so I'm not happy because they didn't listen to me, but actually it's better because, of course, the interest that fund matures are inflation correlated. But since I'm a guy that invests its money, of course you can expect better returns from the stock market rather than from inflation related indexes. So yeah, sorry if I annoyed you with all this, but I like explaining not only this is my earnings. Yeah. In the meanwhile, some like crazy insects are flying by. Anyway, I care to explain to you things on why things happen, and not just, yeah, this is my paycheck, these are my expenses, bye. Let's get to my expenses then. I will leave the car as the last thing, because of course it's the topic that I have to tell you more things about. So let's start from fun. And fun is pretty high for this month because, as I told you guys in the previous videos, this year I'm having a different approach. I'm gonna, again, this insects. Sorry. I'm gonna probably show you guys in the next months. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. My previous year's spreadsheets, they were like high, low for fun, because I used to do basically nothing, but I had a long distance relationship. So every 2-3 months, I used to rather get there or made her come here, and it was very expensive. In the end, I am actually spending like the same. The only difference is that I tended to concentrate my fun in few particular days or weeks, while right now I tend to spread it more evenly. So I'm traveling less, but yeah, I'm not really a travel person, even though right now I'm traveling. And yeah, so the fun was 328 euros and 86 cents. It's that high because I'm a football fan, and yeah, just as an excuse, I used to go out a few times with my friends to restaurants and things like that to watch football games, because I'm an Inter Milan supporter, and Inter Milan played so many games this year because they made the Champions League final. And yeah, I don't regret it. I actually prefer, at least in some months, to spend my money like this rather than like doing one travel, one trip, and then like doing nothing for 3 months. So anyway, this said, I know that the fun was particularly high, so of course it's not gonna stay like this. I mean, I don't have to keep spending this much every month, but yeah, every once in a while I think it's okay to let the guard a bit down, especially considering how hard this month was, because not only from my financial point of view, but yeah, I will explain everything to you after I tell you about my expenses. Cigarettes were like usual, slightly less than 31 euros. Then there is the SIM card again, as usual. Other expenses, 73 euros and 90 cents, is, I don't particularly remember, it's I'm sure that I bought some clothes, and I actually gotta buy so many clothes because I don't think I ever told you, but I'm going through a weight loss journey, and right now, while I'm recording, I've lost 20 kilos. So slowly, I gotta buy all the clothes again. And then there was, of course, the usual instruction, which, yeah, I paid for the university. So let's get to one of the most interesting topics of this video, the car. What happened with the car? So it was a pretty old car. It was giving me a bit of problems, but when I bought it, I already knew about them. Considering the market that there was at the time, the car was very cheap, okay? But I bought a mechanic friend, so I trust him, and yeah, he told me, look, this car is cheap, but it has these things to do. One of the things that I had to do on the car was the brakes. So the car actually could drive, okay? It's not that it had no brakes. Like, I'm not that stupid that, of course, I drive a car without brakes. Because in that case, I could have just asked my parents, yeah, can you just borrow the car until I replace the brakes? But yeah, I trusted the car, and yeah. So in the first days of the month, there was an inter game, and it was the last time that I was planning on driving the car before fixing it. So the problem was with rear brakes, but the brakes in the front were normal. I mean, they were good, or at least I thought. I went to watch the Inter game with my friends in Milan, and while getting back, I wasn't drunk, no, of course. I wasn't speeding, I was actually going, I think, like 40 kilometers per hour. And for those of you who don't know how much it is, it's in miles per hour, like 25, something like that. Thanks God there was no one in the road. It was like the usual road that I do to get back from the center of Milan to get to my house. And what happened was that as I was approaching rotatory, I think it's called, yeah, one of those circular things. It's a pretty small one. As I approached it, I went to brake, and the brakes didn't work. It wasn't a big impact, and actually, yeah, I'm gonna show you some pictures maybe while I'm talking about the car. It wasn't a big impact. As you can see, like in the front, there is not that much damage. The problem is that the rotatory, like the part in the middle, the circular part, was pretty high, and so I went over it, and like I was going so slow that I didn't even make past the rotatory. I just stopped on it. It's just like I bumped into it and I just stopped immediately. So slow I was going. And yeah, the problem is that the rotatory, yes, this, yeah, it broke the oil cup, I think it's called, like the thing where there is the oil. I had to move the car from there because I couldn't keep it in the middle of the rotatory, of course. And so I just did like 200 meters just to park it. And yeah, as soon as I parked it, I saw the oil light, the engine oil light, and I basically knew that the car was to, yeah, throw away. It didn't have that much damage. The main problem was that yeah, for those of you who don't know, even if you do a few hundred kilometers without oil, you risk to yeah, basically the engine has to be thrown away. And I don't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk it. The car is already old. So, considering how bad the situation was from a financial point of view, it didn't end up being that bad. Because my parents, like my mom, has a small car and she wanted to change it. So, she wanted to get a new car. And in Italy, there are incentives if you buy a new car. And so her car was valued at 3,500 euros. But basically, that's the starting point. Like, even if you bring a junk box with four wheels, they give you 3,500 euros. So, what we decided to do was okay, the car that my mom has is gonna become mine. And yeah, my mom is gonna buy the new car and it's gonna give them my broken car. Okay? So they're gonna give her the same exact money. So, like, for her, nothing is gonna change. And for me, I don't get to repair a broken car. I don't I don't get to change the engine, which would be so expensive. I just basically buy the car from my mom, but of course for free because she's gonna get the money for my car. So this was cheap, of course, way cheaper than fixing my old car, but it came with a cost, of course. The first cost was that, as I said, it was the last time that I planned on driving that car, and I had to fix the brakes, and I already bought the parts. I already bought the brakes. And it was 500 euros, I think, just worth of brakes and things. And yeah, I could resell them. And just for that, I lost 100 euros. And the other major expense is some like tax that there is in Italy. It's basically when you buy a car, you have to pay this tax. It's called like property movement, like when you move the car property. It's based on how powerful the car is. I think it makes no sense, considering also how expensive it is. Because for this car, which is for those of you who are interested, is a Hyundai i10 from 2011, and yeah, this tax that I had to pay was 430 euros. But if you think at it, like, yes, okay, I paid 530 till now because it's 430 of tax plus 100 worth of components that I had to buy and resell. So till now is 530, but what I actually lost is 130 because I was planning anyway on paying 400 euros to fix the car, the old one. The other thing that changed is my insurance. So of course I had to went to the insurance company and I had to tell them, hey, I changed the car, and yeah, I also changed a few things. So it ended up being slightly more expensive. Let me check. I don't remember how much was it. Yeah, it was 37 euros more than the previous one, and I just paid for the difference. One of the things, yeah, like, because when unlucky things happen to me, I don't know if it's the same for you, but when something unlucky happens to me, like, it's not just one thing. Like, I do periods where I'm happy, nothing happens, I'm living my life, it's great, and then all the things happen at once. But yeah, anyway, I was very unlucky in this month. in that night, just before crashing, I just put the gas in the old car, and I always refill the tank at its max. So yeah, even though I basically didn't use the car at all in this month, I paid what was it? Yeah, 70 euros worth of gas. Anyway, I think I've talked enough about my expenses. The result for the month of May was, as I said previously, 2,678 euros worth of earnings and 1,283 euros and 24 cents worth of expenses. So considering everything that has happened, it actually wasn't that bad of a month from my financial point of view, at least. And yeah, even though there is like this trick of the almost double paycheck, I was able to save 1,395 euros. At least a small joy for this month. One of the things that it's not gonna be that great is that, yeah, the car that I have now, that I bought from my mom, thanks God, is at least worth a bit more, because it's a bit... Yeah, this insects today, I swear. Anyway, it's worth a bit more because it's a bit newer. The old car was from 2005, while this one is from 2011. But it has few things to do. I already know, at least in the next month, I'm gonna have to do like the checkup, where you change filters, oil, and things. I gotta change the tires because they're basically done, and I gotta change the candles of the engine. So I already expect to pay like 400 euros, 400 or 500 euros. So in the end, all the car thing that happened made me lose 500 euros. But I think that maybe I didn't lose them because probably this car is worth, right, exactly 500 euros more than my old one. Anyway, some considerations other than the financial ones. Why was this month one of the worst ones of my life? The month started with some sort of fight, not exactly a fight, but yeah, we discussed with my best friend. I've already talked about it in my previous videos. We used to have a YouTube channel together where we talked about finance, basically very similar to this channel, just together. And yeah, in the first days of May, we decided to not continue doing that. Then, after not even 1 week, the car thing happened. Then, like towards the middle of May, my PC that you saw in the previous videos started giving me problems because I'm using CapCut to edit videos, and it's too much. Of course, it's a shitty PC. I bought it like for 200 euros, and it was maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to change PC for sure. And the month ended with the good news that my parents are divorcing, which leaves me with few considerations. If you got till here, till this point of the video, thank you, first of all, because yeah, even though it might be interesting and it might be more personal compared to the other financial updates, I know it's very boring, and I'm talking so much. I hope it's gonna be an exception, or let me know if you actually like these videos like this, like longer and with fewer cuts and things like that. If you got till this point of the video, let me know in the comments if you would like. I'm thinking at a specific video to do about my ear. Because basically this month was very similar to the whole year. I'm not talking about 2025, I'm talking more about like the school year, like from September to September. Because yeah, the year started with my breakup. It started with me realizing how bad I was in general, how fat I was, how unfit I was, how unproductive I was. And then it got even worse because I just crashed my car. I just had a misunderstanding, let's call it like that, with my best friend, which ended up with changing, like taking two different paths. The PC thing, the car thing, and now my parents. And it's funny because when I was young, the two things that I was the most scared of were breakups and my parents divorcing. And they both happened this year. And I was so sure that one of these two things was enough to destabilize me. I don't know the English for it, but fuck it. And yeah, two things, they both happened this year. And not only I'm alive, but it's crazy because I've had such a positive response to all this. I really feel like this year is it's like a big checkpoint. I feel like this is really the start of my journey, because for the first time in my life, I put myself in front of the mirror and then I started looking inside myself, and I got to that point where we always say that we want to get better. Everyone wants to get better, of course, and everyone says it. But not everyone means it. And sometimes people are even, they actually think that they want to get better, but it's not true. Not in their subconscious, not in their actions. And I was like that. I was very hard to myself, or actually I thought that I was hard on myself. Till that point where the breakup happened, then I looked myself in the mirror and I said, what the fuck? What are you doing? Look at how unfit you are. You can't run. You can't do, like, you stopped working out and you were good at it. And now I was scared a bit to do things alone. And the thing with my best friend happened. And I was scared about my parents divorcing, and that happened. One of the things that I cared the most about in my life, even though it might sound stupid, was my car. And I crashed it, even though it wasn't my fault, but I crashed it. But it was so crazy to see how good my response was to all of this. And it's not because I'm better than anyone, it's not because I did some sort of magic, but it's truly because for the first time in my life, I put myself in front of the mirror and I decided looking at myself, now you get better. Now let's stop with the excuses and you get better. And I'm actually doing so great. Even if till now there is no difference in the finances, even till now there might not be any difference that you can see, I'm so much better. I feel better throughout the day. I feel better with myself. And I'm so much more productive. It's been a crazy month. I've been working like 80 hours a week. And yeah, overall, if I was starting to feel a bit lost, now I know at least where to go. And I'm so excited. So yeah, sorry if this video took this path, but let me know in the comments if you if you want me to do a specific video about this, if maybe like not written, where you can resonate with me a bit more, because yeah, one of the things that I want to do on this channel is I don't want to bring my fake personality and shit. Like, it would be so easy to come here and say, oh, everything is fine, these were my expenses, these were my earnings, do like this, do like that. One of the things that I really want to show on this channel is my journey, yes, but like what happens while I'm in it. Because when I started following these YouTubers that were talking about their earnings, yeah, it's easy in the end. And like, it's always like, I could have done this, I would have done this, so do this. No, I want to bring you in the present of it. I hope it's helpful for you, and I'm sure it's gonna be helpful for me, because even though I would like to teach you, to teach as many people as possible something, in this case about finance, I also want to learn. And so if you have anything to say in the comments, like when I read your comments, I'm the happiest in the world. Anyway, I really talked too much and I apologize for it, but yeah, let's move forward. Let's talk about investments. So since this everything happened, what I chose to do is, I realized that first of all, my emergency fund wasn't enough, because thanks God, I did this trick with my mom where I got her car, but if I would have had to buy another car, I probably wouldn't have had the money till the paycheck, which was like in 1 month. So what I decided, at least for now, at least till things get a bit better and I get a bit more on track, is to have a bit more of liquidity, a bit more of cash set aside. Also, because I don't really know yet how things are working, but my parents are divorcing and I expect to move with my dad. And so yeah, I don't want to talk too much about this, but like, my parents are not that good financially. Like, I don't want to talk too much about it, but like, if I move with my dad, I surely gonna have to help him with it. And so I prefer right now to save a bit more and to have a bit more, like, I'm not really thinking at the few percentage point lost on my investments. I don't really care about it now. So of course I didn't invest this month, but it was actually a very good month. Probably the best of this year. Even though I didn't invest anything, my investments before taxes grew by 2,000 euros. So after taxes, considering that taxes on investments in Italy are 26%, which is basically 1/4. So after taxes, my net worth just from my investments grew by 1,500 euros. So yeah, let's just go straight to the net worth part. As I told you, my liquidity is higher. Basically everything that I've saved is there because I didn't invest. And I actually would like to increase my liquidity even more. I'm thinking at staying around like 5,000, maybe 4, 5, something like that. I just want to try. Let's see how well I feel with 4 and 5. So if at the end of the previous month, at the end of April, it was 2,972 euros, at the end of May, it's 4,367 euros. So almost 1,400 euros more than the previous month in liquidity. As I said then, the investments grew very, very much. And yeah, one of the things that I decided to do, I've talked about it, I think, in the first financial update on the channel. I'm gonna link it into the description if you didn't see it, if you didn't watch it. One of the things that I used to do with the car is to, I bought it at 2,500. Of course, I want to consider it in my net worth because it has some sort of value. But since most people tend to overprice or being too optimistic about the car, I just set a mathematic rule without actually like any logic reason, but that I just chose that the car loses like 50 euros of value every month. So it started at 2,500 and in April it was 1,700. Yeah, as I said, this car might be worth more, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep considering it like this. So I prefer being pessimistic, and then in the moment I will probably sell it, get a bump up, rather than being too optimistic and then like being sad because I will have less money than expected. Anyway, let's really end this long ass video. My net worth for the month of May was 32,447 euros and 87 cents. So yeah, I hit the 30,000 euros mark again, because the previous month I was under 30,000 euros. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think. I'm actually gonna do a video also about this. I think it's crazy to see. You know, when you talk about compound interest, you're always like, yeah, you're gonna see the impact that investments have once you get to a certain amount of money. Usually it's like 100k, but it's crazy to see the effects of investing even on my numbers, which are like not that great because I'm just a regular person. And it's crazy to see that even if you look at a catastrophic month where I had to pay 500 euros more than expected, and where I had 300 euros of fun and things like that, my net worth is higher compared to the previous month by 2,900 euros. And yeah, this is crazy because you actually see the difference way sooner than you think. Anyway, I think we could end this video. We can end this video here. Let me know in the comments how was it. Let me know in the comments if you like it like this, a bit more talkative. Actually, at least like about my finances, I'm a very talkative person. Like in person, I'm usually a bit shy, a bit silent. But when I talk about my expenses and in general about things about the topics that I talk about on this channel, I'm very talkative. And actually, I feel like all my financial updates could be like this because I just really like to go into details. As I said, I could be here saying, I crashed the car, I paid 500 euros more, and that's it. No, I want to explain the reasons behind my actions and my thought process on everything. Because I think that's if I will become a successful person, if I will become an entrepreneur, or yeah, it's that the thing that you have to see, you have to look at. It's that the thing that you should get inspired from. Yeah, let's end this video. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you liked it, if you want the next ones like this with less cuts, longer. And let me know in the comments if you would appreciate that video on my ear and all the things that I learned. So maybe it's gonna be helpful with you. Thank you for the video. thank you for the. I'm gonna keep this. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye. This fucking insects. What the fuck?